Hi. Hey, how's it going? I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use these do-it-yourself paintballs. You're going to get a pack of 20 of these alien-looking things, but essentially it's the top and the bottom half of the pepper ball, and we're going to basically break them apart and put them together. And they will eventually look like this, and then turn into this, which you will be able to use and shoot. And without further ado, let's get started. So as you can see here, it does get a little messy. I would definitely recommend putting down some maybe paper towels or just regular computer paper. I am using Carolina Reaper, and it is some nasty stuff. Absolutely devastating. I started pouring it out on my piece of paper here, and I immediately started feeling the effects, so I had to put on a mask. So please do excuse my voice if it does sound a little muffled. Without any more delay here, I do have a nail clipper that I'm going to use to break off the bottom half of the legs of the pepper ball. And I'm using a nail clipper because it has this round edge, and it kind of allows me to get right up against the pepper ball. So I would definitely recommend using a set of nail clippers, but you can do whatever you want. You can actually just break this out with your fingers, but as you'll see afterward, if you do that, you'll end up with these little spikes on the as you can see there, on the pepper ball. And we don't obviously don't want that, and it's gonna kind of either A, not come out of your gun right, or B, just aim at something that's gonna completely just shoot in the wrong direction. So get rid of those. As you can hear and see, I'm actually clipping off all the little spikes, and that feels good. So we're left with these little spikes inside the pepper ball. We're just going to break those off with our fingers. Those don't really need the any sort of special cutting with the nail clipper. Just kind of break them off with your finger. And you'll notice there are spikes inside of the pepper ball, but that's not going to affect the amount of pepper that goes in there. You'll have absolutely plenty of volume for the amount of pepper that can be put in these. But if you want, go ahead and knock yourself out, clean it out. We're going to put down the bottom half. We're just going to leave it off to the side for now, and take the top half. And I'm using just regular super glue. It is the super glue gel, so it does hold a lot better than normal super glue. Normal super glue might actually just run everywhere, but I like the gel. It is a lot easier to work with, in my opinion. And I do recommend you putting a pretty decent amount on the inside of the top half of the pepper ball, and you'll see why in a moment. If you don't put enough, the pepper is actually going to get all over the super glue, and the super glue is not going to actually stick to anything. And you'll see your pepper roll is just going to fall apart. And we don't want that. Without further ado, I'm just going to kind of scoop up and line up the rims so they are seated properly. One actually is a perfect fit for the other. So you'll see they kind of line right up and kind of lock into place there. So I'm going to go ahead and start scooping up. And then I'll start scooping up with the top half, and actually want a little bit more in there. Okay, that's a pretty good amount. And I'm just going to kind of squeeze them together. And bam, they kind of locked right into place perfectly, absolutely perfect. And as you can see, there is a lot of pepper in these things. Geez, I have a runny nose from this pepper that I'm using. Golly, it is just absolutely devastating. And I may actually end up selling a few on eBay if you are interested. Check out the description. It may or may not have a link depending on how many I actually sell. So I'm going to do the same little technique here. I use the nail clippers and clip off the bottom legs. And I do see a little spike there. I'm just going to clip it off. And I do have a mag-fed gun that I'm using. I will be using the First Strike pistol, the FSC, First Strike Compact. And it is mag-fed. And I don't want the balls to be getting stuck at any point if I am actually shooting these. So I'm going to take it a little step further and use some sandpaper and just kind of, you know, get off any sort of bump or spike that may still be lingering from the nail clippers. You may not even have to do this. I'm just doing it just because of the fact, like, I know for a fact there is a very tight fit with these mag-fed guns. So I want to make sure there is no problem. And just kind of roll it around or scrape it on a circular motion. And I'm just kind of checking the feel every little bit. Gets kind of removed. I still feel a little long. And that's it. Excuse me, I'm getting a call here. That is it. You now have your do-it-yourself pepper ball. And as you can see here, I did make 2 earlier, or 3. I just didn't take the legs off of that one just so I can show you what it looks like. And they fit perfectly, absolutely perfectly inside 0.68 chambers. So this is mag-fed, and it is a very tight fit for any sort of 0.68 round, as I mentioned earlier. And it fits just nicely, perfect, absolutely perfectly. And I know this is going to shoot amazingly, and you'll see in the next little clip here that it does shoot just fine. So without further ado, stick around and you'll see me shooting the rounds that I just made. Thank you. If you have any questions, email me, send me a message through eBay. Thank you so much. I just want to say real quick, I'm going to be shooting from inside my apartment because I don't want people thinking I'm holding a gun.